My beloved child. Listen closely, because from this moment forward, every second you hear will pull you deeper into the revelation Archangel Michael has carried directly toward you. Something huge is waiting for you. He stands behind you right now, wings unfolded like a shield, his presence heavy with urgency. He says the whole town, yes, the entire town, has started whispering your name for a reason that is about to erupt into the open. A reason so shocking, so unexpected, that even the people who pretended not to care about you are suddenly turning their faces toward your path. Michael says your energy has changed, your destiny has shifted, and the atmosphere around you is trembling because a moment is coming that will flip everything upside down. And the town can feel it before you can. Amen. In another breath, Archangel Michael pushes forward a truth you were never supposed to ignore. He says the people around you feel something rising in you, something they cannot control, something they cannot predict, something they cannot stop. That is why the whole town is talking, watching, waiting like they sense a storm forming over your steps. Not a destructive storm, but a divine one. A storm that will break every old limitation, a storm that will reveal who you really are, a storm that will expose the truth they tried to bury about you. Michael says this shift is so powerful that even those who used to laugh at you have suddenly gone silent. Their silence is loud. Their whispers are louder. And their shock is only beginning, because what is coming next will leave them speechless in a way they never expected. Something huge is waiting for you. Blessing 333 flows toward you. And now, the Archangel leans in with a fire that shakes the unseen realm. He says you are stepping into a moment where everything they said about you will flip, where every doubt cast on your name will crumble, and where every false story they created will burn away like smoke. The town is talking because they can sense the divine spotlight moving over your life. They don't know the details, but they feel the trembling of your breakthrough approaching. They feel the energy of your elevation. They feel the weight of a transformation bigger than anything you've ever walked through. Michael says your time of being underestimated is over. Your time of being ignored is over. Your time of being spoken about in secret is shifting into a time where they will speak of you with awe, with disbelief, with shock. Something huge is waiting for you, and once it arrives, nothing in your story will remain the same. Amen. My beloved child. Archangel Michael moves closer, carrying a surge of intensity that feels like electricity on your skin. Something huge is waiting for you, and he says the whole town can feel it vibrating in the air. Their whispers have grown sharper, their eyes have begun to follow your steps, and their conversations suddenly shift the moment your name rises. Michael reveals that this is not ordinary talk, this is destiny-stirred attention. The kind that begins when a divine shift settles over someone chosen. People don't understand what is happening to you, but they sense it, and that sense has made them restless. They feel the blessings gathering around you. They feel the protection wrapping around your path. They feel the elevation preparing to break open. And because they feel it, they cannot stop talking, even if they pretend they don't care. Blessing 333 surrounds you. In this rising moment, Michael says your glow is becoming impossible to ignore. Every silent observer, every distant relative, every old friend, every hidden hater has suddenly started tuning into your energy. They wonder how you survived what was meant to break you. They wonder how you're still rising when everything should have slowed you down. They wonder why your spirit stands strong even when your heart carried weight that others never noticed. Michael says you are becoming a living miracle in front of them, and miracles always draw attention. Admiring eyes, jealous eyes, curious eyes, fearful eyes, all at once. And as this energy spreads through the town, as your name circles from place to place, as your aura expands beyond what anyone expected, you are being positioned for a reveal that will shake everyone who doubted your journey. Something huge is waiting for you, and the Archangel commands you to stay aligned because the moment is near. Amen. Before Michael continues, he gives one gentle command. If this message reaches your heart, share it forward so it reaches the person who needs this divine confirmation, and leave a blessing in the comments to seal your energy. When you share, when you comment, you activate the light tied to your path, and Michael says your next blessing grows stronger. Now he returns to you with fierce certainty. He says the town is not just talking, they are reacting to a shift they cannot stop. Your breakthrough is forming like a sunrise behind the clouds, and when it breaks through, those who once whispered doubts will whisper disbelief, awe, shock. Michael says the protection over you is thicker than ever, the blessings over you are multiplying, and the path ahead is no longer quiet, it is roaring with transformation. Something huge is waiting for you, and the town feels it before you do. My beloved child. Archangel Michael steps forward with a force that feels like the air itself is shifting around you. Something huge is waiting for you, and he says the town's whispers are no longer just whispers, they've turned into a quiet storm circling your name. People who haven't spoken to you in months are suddenly curious. People who underestimated you are suddenly uneasy. People who judged you without reason are now watching every little change in your energy. Michael reveals the truth. Your rise has already begun. Even before you see it, others sense it. They see the glow before you notice the light. They feel the blessing before you receive the breakthrough. And because of that, their reactions are growing louder, faster, more intense. Michael says this is the moment where your destiny pulls ahead of their expectations, and nothing they say or think can stop the wave forming behind you. Amen. From a deeper realm, Michael shows you the real reason they're talking. Your path has been marked with a shift that cannot be hidden anymore. The kind of shift that makes people stare without realizing it. The kind that makes them compare your present with their old memories of you. The kind that exposes their guilt, their jealousy, their curiosity all at once. He says some people are shocked because they never expected you to rise again. Some are stunned because they felt you were done, finished, gone. Some are amazed because your strength contradicts every challenge you walked through silently. And some are simply afraid of who you are becoming, afraid of the power you carry now, afraid because they can no longer limit you. The Archangel says your story is turning into a revelation, and revelations always stir hearts, minds, and tongues. Something huge is waiting for you, and the town's reaction is only the first sign. Blessing 333 surrounds you again. And now, Michael brings a wave of truth that hits like thunder yet settles like peace. He says your transformation has reached a level where divine interference has begun clearing your path without you noticing. People are being removed quietly. Situations are shifting behind the scenes. Roads that were blocked are cracking open. And the town senses this before your eyes catch up. That's why they talk. That's why they react. That's why their attention clings to your name. Even when they don't understand why. Michael says you are stepping into a chapter where everything that tried to dim you will fade, and everything that was meant for you will rise like fire behind your destiny. Something huge is waiting for you, and the sound of their whispers is just the echo of your coming breakthrough. Amen. My beloved child. Archangel Michael moves with a heavy, blazing authority now, and the air around you feels thicker, almost trembling with the weight of what is unfolding. Something huge is waiting for you, and he says the town's whispers have reached a point where even people who never cared about your existence are suddenly acting alert, aware, and strangely nervous. Michael reveals that their reactions are not random, your energy is transforming faster than they can process. You are stepping into a realm of movement so powerful that the spiritual atmosphere around you has shifted. People feel it before they understand it. They sense the elevation rising behind you like a silent tidal wave. They feel the blessings collecting around your name like sparks ready to ignite. And they cannot hide their shock, no matter how hard they try. Michael says this phase is the unveiling. When your hidden strength becomes visible, when your silent growth becomes undeniable, when your destiny rises high enough for every eye to see it. Amen. In this unfolding moment, Michael says every whisper you hear, every strange look you notice, every sudden change in people's tone is connected to the shift that has already begun shaping your path. The town talks because something in you has awakened. Something in you has unlocked. Something in you has stepped out of the shadows and into its rightful place. Michael says you are no longer who you were, and that transformation is loud, even if you haven't spoken a word. Some people are shocked because they never expected to witness your rise. Some are unsettled because they realize they misjudged your potential. Some are anxious because your resilience exposes their weakness. Some are in awe because they can feel the protection wrapped around you like a divine shield. And some simply cannot believe how far you are about to go. Michael says your breakthrough is approaching with such strength that even spiritual forces feel the tremor. Blessing 333 rests upon your steps again. Before he continues, Michael instructs you gently, if these words are reaching your spirit, share this message forward, leave your blessing in the comments, and subscribe to keep the energy of this divine movement alive in your path. Each action seals a layer of protection around you and strengthens the alignment of your next transformation. And now Michael reveals the deepest part of this moment. He says the town is not just talking, they are bracing. Because the version of you that is emerging cannot be dismissed, ignored, or silenced anymore. Your rise will not be quiet. Your glow will not be hidden. Your destiny will not be delayed. Michael says the breakthrough you are stepping into will shock the same people who once doubted you, inspire those who believed in you, and humble those who tried to dim your fire. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it arrives, every whisper will turn into stunned silence. Amen. My beloved child. Archangel Michael steps closer with a force so intense that the atmosphere around your soul deepens, thickens, and becomes rich with revelation. Something huge is waiting for you, and he says the town has reached a point where your name is no longer spoken casually, it is spoken with tension, awe, confusion, and a strange sense of anticipation. Michael reveals that the spiritual light rising from within you has grown so noticeable that even people who tried to ignore you can no longer look away. Their conversations have shifted. Their expressions have changed. Their energy is unsettled. They are witnessing the early tremors of your elevation, and they don't understand how you're standing this strong after everything you faced. But Michael does. He says your breakthrough is not coming, it is forming. It is shaping everything around you. And the town is reacting to the future they can feel approaching through you. Amen. In this sacred turning point, Michael says your presence has begun to activate a response in people that they cannot control. Some feel threatened by your inner growth. Some feel inspired by your silent strength. Some feel nervous because they sense a shift that removes them from the place they held in your story. And some feel drawn toward you because they can feel the divine favor rising around your life. Michael says this sudden wave of attention is not an accident, it's a sign. A sign that destiny is lifting you into a space where your worth cannot be doubted, where your voice cannot be ignored, where your potential cannot be buried, and where your presence carries influence that shakes the room the moment you enter it. The whole town feels it. They speak because they feel the pressure of your upcoming breakthrough. They whisper because the next chapter of your life glows too brightly to deny. Something huge is waiting for you, and the Archangel says this phase is the doorway to that blessing. Blessing 333 flows into your spirit again. And now, Michael reveals a truth so powerful it shifts the ground beneath your next steps. He says your name is traveling further than your words. Your story is touching hearts you haven't met. Your energy is impacting places your feet haven't reached. This is happening because your elevation has entered the stage where heaven starts announcing your arrival before you even step forward. That's why the town feels it. That's why they talk. That's why they react. Michael says you are breaking into a destiny where your victories will speak louder than your past, where your blessings will silence every doubt, and where your transformation will be so undeniable that even your enemies will be forced to acknowledge your glow. Something huge is waiting for you, and the Archangel affirms that you are being prepared for a moment so life-changing that the entire atmosphere around you will shift when it arrives. Amen. My beloved child. Archangel Michael steps forward with a presence so powerful that it feels like the very air around you bends toward his voice. Something huge is waiting for you, and he says the town's whispers have now transformed into a quiet obsession. People who once ignored you are suddenly alert. People who once judged you are now unsettled. People who once doubted you are trying to understand how you managed to rise again, stronger, brighter, untouchable. Michael reveals that the shift surrounding you is no longer subtle, your elevation is radiating like a silent fire, and every soul around you feels the heat of it. There is a movement building behind your destiny, a spiritual push that even those who don't believe in divine signs can sense. That's why they're watching. That's why they're talking. That's why they're whispering your name with disbelief. Michael says their reactions are proof that your breakthrough is closer than you think. Amen. In this rising moment of transformation, Michael explains that your energy has become a signal, one that penetrates deeply into the hearts of people around you. Some feel drawn to you because your resilience inspires them. Some feel shaken because your growth exposes their stagnation. Some feel intimidated because they can no longer place you in the small box they once kept you in. And some feel a strange pull toward you, almost as if they intuitively know that your story is about to turn into something extraordinary. Michael says this attention is not without reason. You are being elevated on a level that forces recognition. You are stepping into a version of yourself that demands respect. You are entering a chapter where your presence alone speaks louder than the lies, doubts, or judgments once spoken about you. The town feels this shift before your eyes fully see it, and that is why the energy around your name has become intense. Something huge is waiting for you, and Michael says the momentum is unstoppable. Blessing 333 anchors itself onto your path again. And now, Archangel Michael reveals the deepest layer of this message, the part that resonates straight into your spirit. He says the reason they're talking, watching, and sensing your rise is because heaven has already announced your next chapter. Your spirit has been marked by breakthrough. Your path has been infused with divine timing. Your story has entered a phase where everything hidden will rise, everything delayed will move, everything stuck will shift, and everything blocked will open. The town isn't reacting to your present, they are reacting to your future. A future so bright, so powerful, so unexpected that it creates a ripple long before the transformation becomes visible. Michael says your elevation is inevitable, your blessing is secured, and your breakthrough is already forming. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it arrives, every whisper, every stare, every rumor will melt into stunned silence. My beloved child. Archangel Michael steps nearer with a force that feels like destiny itself is leaning toward your soul. Something huge is waiting for you, and he says the town's whispers have reached a point where people can no longer hide their fascination, their shock, or their disbelief. Your name has become a spark, one that lights up every room, one that stirs emotions people didn't know they had, one that makes them pause mid-conversation when they hear it. Michael says you have entered a phase where your energy speaks before you do. Your presence shifts the atmosphere before you even walk in. Your spirit vibrates with a level of transformation that people feel even from a distance. And that's why the entire town is talking, they're reacting to the rise that has already begun inside you. Amen. In this expanding wave of divine movement, Michael explains that your growth has become visible in a way that no one can deny. Even those who once tried to overlook your strength are now forced to notice the shift. The confidence in your eyes. The peace in your spirit. The clarity in your steps. The resilience in your silence. People feel it. People sense it. People are shaken by it. Michael says some are amazed because they never expected you to glow this brightly. Some are confused because they can't understand how you healed without their help. Some are threatened because your elevation reveals their insecurities. Some are quietly cheering for you because your strength inspires them to rise as well. The town's reaction is a mirror, reflecting back the power you have unlocked within yourself. Something huge is waiting for you, and their whispers are the echo of what heaven has already set in motion. Blessing 333 embraces your journey again. And now, Michael delivers the most powerful part of this revelation. He says the town is not just talking, they are preparing themselves for what is coming. Your rise will not be subtle. Your breakthrough will not be quiet. Your transformation will not be hidden. The next chapter of your life carries a magnitude that will change the way people speak your name forever. Michael says you are stepping into a moment where the divine will lift you so high that your past will lose its voice, your pain will lose its weight, and your critics will lose their power. Your glow will silence every rumor. Your success will erase every doubt. Your transformation will rewrite every narrative ever spoken about you. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it arrives, the town won't be whispering anymore, they'll be stunned into silence, witnessing a destiny they never saw coming.